we're speaking, and I'm going to sneak up and grab those sign-in sheets too, so don't worry, you'll be added to the list as well. Okay? So our first 5 speakers this evening are Cal Halverson, and I apologize if I get the names wrong, Mark Boy, Donna Buck. You know, I'll have to stand up very like out. Robert Anderson, Thad Marnie. Okay, Mr. Halverson, you're first.
And if people could also say their name and their address, again, just for the record that we're recording.
I'm Carl Halverson, Tacoma resident, 3009, North Unit, Tacoma, 98407. I'm a business owner of Refined Vapor Inc., and non-tobacco smoker now for 6 months and switching to a personal vaporizer. I strongly oppose the ban of electronic cigarettes in public places. This decision is based off speculation, not fact. They don't produce any smoke, only water-like vapor. There's absolutely no substantial evidence electronic cigarettes are a public safety concern, period. According to lab studies performed on the products sold by 16 separate e-cigarette manufacturers, which were published in the December 9, 2010 edition of the Journal of Public Health Safety Policy, the number of tobacco-specific nitrosamines, commonly called carcinogens, is between 0 to 8 nanograms per cartridge, as compared to approximately 11,000 to 14,000 for a Marlboro Light. The nicotine gum has about 4 nanograms in 2 pieces, and the patch has 8 nanograms. No health department in the country is warning citizens about the dangers of carcinogens found in pharmaceutical nicotine products, as those public health virtually uniformly agree and recognize that there is no danger in trace levels of carcinogens. Dr. Chen, both in a press release released by the Department of Health and an op published last week in the News Tribune, incorrectly and maliciously inferred that nicotine was a carcinogen. I quote, "E-cigarettes contain variable levels of nicotine and other known carcinogens and toxic chemicals," unquote. As a professional in the public health field, Dr. Chen surely knows that nicotine is not recognized as a carcinogen by the National Toxicology Program, International Agents for Research in Cancer, or the World Health Organization. In fact, Dr. Lagesson, who has studied electronic cigarettes more than any other researcher in the world, has stated 99% of the nicotine inhaled by an e-cigarette user is absorbed in the lungs and not released into the air. In regards to the concerns of minors will be drawn into using electronic cigarettes due to marketing practices and availability like tobacco cigarettes companies already do, let me make it clear, e-cigarette manufacturing distributors are not big tobacco or backed by them in any way as people may think. We strongly support the sale, do not support the sale to minors, and do not market them in that way. The truth is, Han Lick, a pharmacist and inventor living in China, invented the electronic cigarette after his father died of lung cancer. The first thing I noticed when getting into electronic cigarette use was how informative and responsible users and sellers of the products are. The electronic cigarette community is a very tight and responsible group of people with multiple websites, forums dedicated to the safe sale and use of them. We as a community have self-regulated the prevention of sales to minors. Resellers have implemented without government regulations their own strict standards to abide by, including overage checks on websites, IDing every customer before a transaction is made in person, proper labeling, and nicotine warnings posted everywhere. Of course, it is impossible to prevent every minor getting their hands on e-cigarettes, cigarettes, or other substances for that matter, but we will continue to do everything in our power to prevent it with or without your government regulations. In conclusion, the rewards heavily outweigh the risk associated with the use of electronic cigarettes in public. I think they should be welcomed, not condemned. They are a possible solution to the #1 cause of cancer and over 443,000 smoke-related deaths a year. Thank you for your time.
Mark Coy, 615 Alta Vista Place, Fircrest. I'll definitely concur. Legislation and policies are based upon facts. Just tonight, hearing that neither one of our panelists had enough information to make policy should be the ground rules for this one. If you do not have enough information, if there's not enough studies out there, you should not make policy until something comes up. There is no facts out there that prove that there should be a policy made against electronic cigarettes. Facts should be the binding arbitration for this. Thank you.
Donna Buck, 3617 South Monroe, Tacoma. I fully agree that you should not be regulating them. You should be out working on the pot shops and stuff that are going to be all over town. Furthermore, your smoking regulations have all but killed the hospitality business in all of Pierce County. They're all down on Portland Avenue now where they can smoke, and everyone else is unemployed. So they need to quit smoking. So I suggest you put out the e-cigarettes instead of the Nicorette packages and stop getting money from Johnson & Johnson. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Robert Anderson, 5407 110th Street Southwest in Lakewood. I was a pack of smoked a pack of cigars a day for 10 years. And using electronic cigarettes, luckily for me, I was off them within a month. And everybody wants to talk about the safety and how is it affecting secondhand smoke and stuff like that. And everybody wants to talk about the propylene glycol that is in the electronic cigarette juice. There is another option called vegetable glycerin, which I have a bottle of here that I picked up from Walmart. Restores the consistency of icing colors in cake, which means it is food grade. It can be ingested safely. Another proponent is flavoring, which is used in lollipops and hard candy. I personally do not use nicotine. So this right here is basically what I use in my electronic cigarette. And the only thing that I can think of from a common sense point is I don't see any danger to myself or the public by using this in an electronic cigarette except for maybe cavities. Thank you very much.
Thanks. My name is Thad Marnie. I came from Portland. I actually represent the Consumer Advocates for Smoke-Free Alternatives Association. We're a nonprofit organization that's dedicated to providing truthful information about reduced harmed alternatives to smoking. We advocate what is known in the industry as tobacco harm reduction, which is rather than demanding that smokers only have the option to quit completely using nicotine, which is the common message you'll hear from the pharmaceutical industry that wants to sell you smoking cessation drugs or drugs to treat illnesses from smoking. 8.6 million smokers suffer from chronic diseases from their continued smoking. And obviously, as you mentioned, the pharmaceutical solutions for quitting smoking just don't work because they require people to stop using nicotine altogether. We advocate instead a harm reduction policy, which is to make available alternatives that reduce the harms or eliminate the harms of combustion. And the fact is, between 99 and 100% of all of the harms associated with tobacco use are directly related to the harms of fire and all the byproducts of combustion. It's carbon monoxide and tar, which the FDA did not find in any of the e-cigarette vapor. What the FDA did find in the e-cigarette vapor when they were looking for reason to classify it as a medical device was as was previously mentioned, an equivalent amount of nitrosamines that's commonly found in the nicotine, the same amount that you'll find in the pharmaceutical nicotine products, and in one of the cartridges they found a contaminant. But what they didn't mention was that these were just at barely detectable levels and were not detected in the actual vapor. So at this point, no one has documented anything in the vapor itself that could be harmful to bystanders. What has been documented as harmful is the products of smoking. There's good reasons to ban burning things indoors. E-cigarettes aren't lit on fire. They don't produce any smoke. There is no justification scientifically and no way to enforce this ban. It just makes it harder because instead of having to simply actually prevent people from smoking indoors, we have to prevent people from looking like they're smoking indoors. And that's just not the job of the government. Keeping it out of children's hands, I know you had some questions about that. There is a concern that e-cigarettes could be appealing to children, but that's really based on complete speculation. E-cigarettes aren't appealing to children. Kids are looking to rebel. They're looking for something naughty. They're not looking for the healthy alternative to doing something naughty. And the people that e-cigarettes appeal to, according to our, you'll notice tend to be a little bit older smokers. We've tried quitting 10, 12 times. I tried quitting using the patch, the gum, hypnotherapy, and none of those worked, but e-cigarettes allowed me to quit accidentally, and I've been smoke-free for 16 months now.
Our next batch of commentators, John Stave, Jerry Torrey, Stephen Thompson, Chris Johansson, is that right?
John Stave, 6249 South Houston, been in Tacoma for many years. And my concern is that I think that the health department is overstepping their bounds. They're acting, as been stated before, with insufficient information about what it is they're trying to control. I believe that what they're trying to do is control behaviors instead of truly controlling, preventing health hazards. There is no secondhand smoke, there is no fire, there are no carcinogens associated with the burning tobacco products. So I would say that until you have evidence and proof that it does, you can substantiate that it is harmful, to act before that is irresponsible and it does not represent the people. So I would encourage you to refrain from creating these type of regulations when there isn't any proof that it's harmful. And actually it's been shown that it is not harmful because it gives people an alternative to using combustion products. That's it. Thank you.
Hey, thanks for the opportunity. My name is Jerry Torrey. I live at 117 South 46th Street here in Tacoma, a couple blocks away. I want to touch base a couple of things. Number one, I don't think anybody is really arguing with the fact that there needs to be regulation over the liquid. Nobody wants to be inhaling a bunch of Acre or anything else that somebody has made in their garage. We all want to know the amount of nicotine we're getting per hit in each drag that we take. We want to know the quality of the ingredients that are going into what's going into our bodies. We do want regulation over some of these things, such as the age. By all means, as has been stated before, age should be a restriction. It's a nicotine product. We do not want these in the hands of children. I'm going to read a couple of things that we've already put together. The least expensive electronic starter kit starts for anywhere between $35 to $50 plus shipping online, and $90 to $150 at the male Tacoma Mall kiosks or whatever in the malls. The price point is considerable of the average adult, let alone a child. Children would be more likely to spend that money on music, clothes, or even video games over an electronic cigarette, especially when they can go down to the corner store and easily get somebody to buy them a $7 pack of cigarettes at the corner. Electronic cigarettes are also electronic cigarettes also require additional purchases of the accessories and the replacement parts, such as the atomizer, batteries that go bad, charging units that go bad. I've been smoke-free for 2 years. Trust me, they all go bad. They're electronic. A single battery costs about $10. Heating elements, which require constant replacement, at about $8 a piece. Okay.